In a world relentlessly pursuing external validation, what if true success isn't about adding more, but subtracting what holds us back? Welcome to our channel, The Book Digest. Today, we're diving into Jim Murphy's Inner Excellence, a profound guide that challenges our conventional notions of achievement. We often find ourselves on a relentless quest for more success, more recognition, and more control. Yet the paradox is that the further we go, the more elusive genuine contentment seems. Murphy posits that this endless striving often stems from pride and fear, placing us at the center of a universe where our worth is constantly validated by external accomplishments. But what if true fulfillment isn't found by adding to our lives, but by subtracting the very things that hinder clarity and presence? That's the powerful question Inner Excellence seeks to answer. Murphy's insights draw from an incredible tapestry of disciplines, from the stoicism of samurai philosophy to the cutting edge of modern psychology and the science of peak performance. What emerges is not just a roadmap for professional mastery, but a profound guide to the art of living with clarity, purpose, and an extraordinary sense of presence. It's about cultivating mastery not just in what we do, but in who we are. The journey begins by confronting our innate drive for more. Murphy challenges us to recognize that this drive, fueled by a need for external validation, often leaves us feeling hollow. He shares a poignant story of an Olympic swimmer who reached the pinnacle of success, only to feel a profound emptiness afterward. It was only when this athlete redefined success as the pure joy of swimming itself, rather than the medals, that he discovered true fulfillment. This anecdote beautifully illustrates Murphy's core message. Genuine contentment doesn't come from external accumulation, but from an internal shift in perspective. At the heart of our internal struggles, Murphy identifies three formidable forces: the critic, the monkey, and the trickster. Have you ever had that harsh, judgmental voice in your head, constantly replaying past mistakes? That's the critic, often fueled by fear of failure. Then there's the monkey, jumping from one thought to another, distracting us with impulsivity and pulling us away from focus. And finally, the trickster, subtle and cunning, thrives on self-doubt, whispering seductive reasons to stay comfortable and avoid taking risks. Murphy recounts a vivid example of a tennis player who, paralyzed by the critic during a crucial match, kept replaying every mistake. It was only by cultivating awareness and self-compassion that he learned to silence these inner saboteurs and regain his confidence. Inner excellence teaches us that by understanding and acknowledging these internal forces, we can disarm them, transforming them from obstacles into opportunities for growth. Drawing deeply from the wisdom of the samurai, Murphy emphasizes the crucial importance of mastering the ego. Samurai warriors believed that true power lay not in dominance or arrogance, but in humility and service. By embracing a similar mindset, we can shift our focus from self-centered ambition to a broader perspective that values connection, gratitude, and resilience. This isn't about diminishing ourselves, but about liberating our energy from the constant need for personal recognition. Consider the powerful story of a tech team leader who inherited a struggling group plagued by low morale and missed deadlines. The previous management had fostered a fear-driven, competitive environment where self-preservation trumped collaboration. Instead of chasing quick wins or personal accolades, this new leader chose a different path. He focused on empowering his team, holding one-on-one meetings to understand individual aspirations, implementing skill-building workshops, and creating a safe space for open communication. He deliberately shifted the spotlight from individual achievements to collective success, celebrating team milestones and reframing mistakes as vital learning opportunities. The transformation was remarkable. Over time, engagement soared, productivity increased, and they began exceeding their goals. By deflecting praise to the group and emphasizing personal and collective growth, this leader not only revitalized the team, but also earned their deep trust and loyalty. This compelling example beautifully illustrates how letting go of ego and prioritizing the well-being and development of others can lead to extraordinary success, both for individuals and the larger collective. One of Murphy's most powerful lessons centers on controlling our emotions. He views emotions not as inherently good or bad, but as valuable data, signals that reveal our deepest thoughts and fears. He shares the inspiring story of a basketball coach who taught his team to view anger and frustration not as reasons to lash out, but as cues to refocus. During practice, he'd simulate high-pressure scenarios, requiring players to pause and take 3 deep breaths when overwhelmed. One player, prone to temper outbursts, transformed his game by recognizing his anger stemmed from a fear of failure. By reframing this emotion as a signal to ground himself, his performance dramatically improved. This example underscores how emotional regulation can turn perceived weaknesses into pathways to growth and mastery, especially when emotions are understood as tools for self-awareness rather than obstacles. Our beliefs, Murphy argues, profoundly shape our reality. Aligning these beliefs with our dreams is absolutely critical, because limiting beliefs, often formed early in life, act as invisible barriers to success. He offers a relatable example of a young entrepreneur plagued by the belief that he wasn't good enough to lead a company. This deeply ingrained conviction, stemming from childhood experiences where his ideas were dismissed, made him reluctant to trust his own vision. But by actively rewriting this narrative through affirmations and small, consistent achievements, he gradually built the confidence to establish a thriving business. This transformation wasn't instantaneous. It was a journey of setting incremental goals, seeking feedback, and, with each small victory, reinforcing a new, empowering belief. This story beautifully illustrates that aligning beliefs with aspirations isn't just about positive thinking. It's about actively challenging old narratives and creating new evidence to support a more empowering mindset. Achieving excellence in any area of life, Murphy asserts, ultimately boils down to the ability to stay grounded in the here and now. It's incredibly easy to get swept away by regrets about the past or anxieties about the future, but true mastery demands something different, a steadfast commitment to the present moment. This idea forms the very bedrock of Murphy's exploration into how being fully present is the gateway to unlocking extraordinary performance and profound personal fulfillment. He outlines 5 powerful practices for cultivating presence: mindfulness, focusing on the breath; engaging the senses, deliberate practice; and cultivating gratitude. He shares the powerful example of a professional golfer who visualizes every shot as if it's the only one that matters, blocking out distractions and staying deeply connected to the present. Life, inevitably, throws challenges that test our courage and mental resilience. Unexpected fears, persistent phobias, or stubborn mental blocks. Murphy emphasizes that these barriers are not roadblocks, but opportunities. He provides actionable strategies like visualization, gradual exposure, and cognitive reframing to dismantle these challenges, transforming fear into a catalyst for progress. In high-pressure moments, maintaining poise is non-negotiable for optimal performance. Murphy explores techniques to manage stress and use it to your advantage, reframing pressure as a source of energy rather than a threat. His example of a pianist transforming pre-performance jitters into creative fuel vividly demonstrates how embracing discomfort can lead to peak performance. Finally, Murphy delves into the hallmarks of extraordinary leadership, emphasizing authenticity, vision, and empathy. These qualities transcend tactical skills, fostering an environment where people feel valued, motivated, and capable of achieving great things. He shares the inspiring story of a high school football coach who transformed a struggling team into champions, not just through strategy, but by building deep connections with his players, demonstrating how true leadership is rooted in both heart and vision. In conclusion, Inner Excellence is more than just a self-help book. It's an invitation to a transformative way of living. It's a shift from endless striving to genuine thriving, from paralyzing fear to liberating freedom, and from self-centered ambition to purpose-driven living. Murphy encourages us to embrace a life that prioritizes inner clarity and emotional mastery over external validation. By following this path, we not only achieve extraordinary results in our endeavors, but also discover the profound joy of living fully and authentically. This is the essence of inner excellence, not just performing at our best, but being at peace with who we are. Through compelling real-life stories and timeless wisdom, Murphy demonstrates that the journey toward mastery isn't about perfection, but continuous progress. By letting go of fear, aligning with purpose, and embracing the present moment, we unlock our true potential. This is not merely a guide to peak performance, but a powerful call to live with intention, resilience, and unshakable peace. Thank you so much for listening and joining us. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more insightful book summaries that can expand your mind. Drop a comment below to let us know which book you'd like us to explore next. We look forward to bringing you more valuable content right here on the Book Digest. Until next time, keep learning and growing.